Hey everyone, it's Jax again from the Popcorn Review Podcast. It is going to be my episode 27 AEW recap. So this episode here, leading into Double or Nothing. So a lot of segments similar to what I said about WWE on Raw. A bunch of segments leading into their main event and to their pay-per-view. So again, same thing going on here. Bunch of segments, but let's get into it. You did have Tony Schiavone bring out Hangman Adam Page, as well as Will Ospreay sporting his new jersey, his baseball jersey. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked his soccer jersey, so having a baseball jersey kind of cool too. Maybe they'll just do one in every sport and also have a football jersey down the line. But you know, this segment was pretty much they had security around the ring and everything. And Hangman looks over to Will Ospreay and they just looking at each other, kind of like ready to go. And Will Ospreay goes, "Hey, we're not going to fight each other, right? So there's no need for the security to be out here." So he goes, "All right, guys, you guys are off. You guys are off the clock. No worry, no need to be into it." Um, so that did happen there. The security guards, like the 10 or 12 security guards, kind of like walk off into the back. So kind of funny there. You did have them kind of like, "Hey, Hangman, you want a beer?" And everybody, the crowd was like, "Ooh, Hangman had like a drinking problem way back when." So he brought two beers out, cracked them open, beer got on the mat or whatever, and they're kind of going into it. Hangman puts the beer down though, and they kind of go into the spiel on why they want to be the AEW champion, why they want to be the next guy. Um, I definitely saw a lot of emotion from both of these guys. You saw Will Ospreay just going into it saying, "I want to bring this title back home. We're gonna have a pay-per-view back home, 30 minutes from my house. I want to be able to bring that title to my son and my wife and show them that I'm the man, to show them that I'm the man that they know, the man they respect. And I want my son to look at me again with those eyes." And Hangman kind of told him the same thing. "I want my son to look up to me again and respect me. I want my wife to look at me and respect me." He goes, "Right now, I don't feel like I got that. I need to be the AEW world champion." And like I said, I'm okay with whoever wins this match and goes against Moxley. I feel like either one will take the title from Moxley. Yes, they had to deal with the Death Riders and their whole crew, and now Gabe Kidd and the fucking Young Bucks. But, I still feel like these two guys are going to take the title from Moxley. You did have, them going into, again, great emotion from both of them, saying that they need it, they want it, they want to be the guy, they need to be the guy. And then Will kind of goes, "But I want to let you know, win or lose, I got your back. I want to make sure you got my back too." And it just goes to show you that Will is pretty much saying, whichever of us wins, we need to take the title from Moxley. We got to make sure that AEW shows that world title again, puts it on the map, and pretty much both of us, whoever wins, has to take that ball and run with it. Great segment. I mean, great segment, man. Great segment. I can't get over how much emotion these two guys had in that segment. Um, can't wait for Double or Nothing. Like I said, I'm excited for this match. They also announced that, Will Ospreay talked to Tony Khan and the main event. So no title on the line, and they are the main event of Double or Nothing. Insane. Cannot wait to see it. Excited to see it, honestly. This match is going to be amazing. 5-star banger, whatever you guys want to call it. This match, Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page, is going to be a match that we talk about for a long time. I definitely could see that happening. Can't wait to see it. They pretty much, told each other that we got to take Moxley out. We got to be the killer that we need to be, and we got to take him out, whichever of us wins, and each other got each other's back. Um, you know, again, they're the main event. Will Ospreay pretty much says that he needs this. He fucking needs it, bruv. And I just love the way he talks. But again, can't wait to see that, man. Those two guys go at it. It's gonna be a hell of a match, hell of a match, hell of a match. Like I mentioned, cannot wait to see it. Right after that, though, there was a trios match. John Moxley comes and just start ranting on. Honestly, guys, I don't know what the hell he's been saying lately. I feel like he's going crazy. His character's going crazy. Don't know what's going on there. But every time he talks, he just goes off like on this long rant of just random shit. Like, like I just can't explain it. But I digress. The next match was a trios match. You did have Moxley and the Young Bucks with Marina Shafir by their side versus part 2/3 of the ops. You had Hobbs and sorry, Samoa Joe, and you have Swerve Strickland. Man, this match was crazy. You know, it had everything. Um, these guys were working well together. These guys were going at each other left and right. Um, crazy match. Again, I can't get over how much shit was going on in this match. Um, Swerve, pretty much was doing his thing. I just can't get over how well. I just can't express how well this match was. Um, Powerhouse Hobbs and was doing his thing too. The crowd was chanting meet again, like I've been saying in previous videos. A lot of people like to see those big guys go out there do their thing. So Hobbs was getting his love. Joe was always getting his love. And Joe and Samoa Joe for a little while there, they were working really well together. They that I guess the Samoa Joe spot when people are about to jump on him, he kind of just like dips off and walks away. So him and Swerve both did it on the outside. So when they did those flips, those guys had nobody to fall on. Great spot, you know, great match to be honest with you. But Swerve's team wins. Long story short, Swerve teams wins. They get attacked by Claudio, Marina Shafir, and you get attacked by I see Yuta. Yeah, Yuta was there. So they got attacked by them. Just Willow comes out, spears Marina Shafir. That's been a great rivalry between the two of them. I'm surprised they haven't had more matches with just the two of them, but there it is. It is what it is. Kenny Omega also comes out after Willow comes out, does his thing. They do catch Kenny though, and pretty much what happens there, you have Swerve waves off to get the table for Matthew, but then Claudio comes and just kind of like pulls Matthew Young Bucks back or whatever, kind of dip off, and again, you have Joe pretty much screaming at them through the corner there, saying, "Hey, I'm going to pretty much get to you before." He goes, "A sane man wouldn't come after you until the pay-per-view, but I'm not a sane man, so I'm going to catch you guys before the end of the night." So that ends there. And then we hit another segment. Again, it's very segment heavy. They're trying to build onto that pay-per-view for this weekend. You had the Hurt Syndicate and MJF in his new gold suit. They actually were all matching. Looks like, MJF had the entire gold suit. The other guy had, I think MVP had the tie and the handkerchief. Same thing with Bobby and same thing with Sheldon. So they did match, but they weren't that outlandish compared to his suit. But MJF did have his lawyers talk it over. They do come to the ring. They have the ring set up there for almost like a media day for a kid who's signing with a school or acknowledging that he's going to the school. And, Bobby still had his little thing like he wasn't going to sign, but finally Bobby signs. And MJF throws his hat on. He's celebrating. Yeah, yeah. Get interrupted. You get interrupted by Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. Dustin does great on his promos. He was having a little issues, honestly, talking during this promo. But Dustin is the Ring of Honor tag team with Sammy Guevara champion. He's also the triples or trios champion with two other guys. I don't know who it is. Honestly, like I said, I don't watch Ring of Honor. But the last 2 weeks, in my opinion, Sammy hasn't been saying a fucking word. Like, I know he's not a great talker, but he's just pretty much standing behind Dustin Rhodes in his suit with his belt on, and he hasn't said a word in 2 weeks. I mean, let the man say something, Why not? Let him say something, but it is what it is. They didn't say a word. Um, you know, from there, you see MJF kind of looking back and forth at MVP, like, who is this guy? Like, what is this guy serious? But that match is announced for Double or Nothing. You're gonna have the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, and Sheldon Benjamin versus Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. Don't see them two winning. MJF's going to get involved or MVP's going to get involved, and they're pretty much going to be there and win the title or keep their titles. It was announced that Okada's going to face Speedball. Going to be, I guess a decent match, honestly. That's also for Double or Nothing. I guess it's gonna be a decent match. Um, like I told people in the previous videos, I don't see what everybody sees in Okada, at least here in AEW. From what I hear, he was great in New Japan, but I just don't see it here. I feel like he's a boring champion. He doesn't do much. The only thing he really got going for him is always calling somebody a bitch. And he did get me for this segment. Um, he pretty much said, trust me to Renee after their segment. And then he walked away, comes back, and I even myself, I said he's gonna say bitch. I was like, bitch. And he goes, trust me. So completely threw me off there, got me, 100% got me. But Okada, other than your little gimmick here, I don't see a lot from you. Again, a lot of people love you. A lot of people like to see you. I haven't seen what everybody's seeing, so hopefully I can see it in this match. Um, you did have a match there with Ricochet and Anthony Bowen, the five-tool player. Um, I actually thought this match just came out of nowhere. Um, I guess again, just having Ricochet build up his wins. Um, Nothing crazy. It is announced that Ricochet and Mark Briscoe are going to have a match, a stretcher match at Double or Nothing. So this match here, it was actually a pretty good match. Bowens was doing good. Ricochet always does well. He always puts on a good match. He's always a great seller, acrobatic as hell. I mean, even though he's a heel, you can't take that shit away from Ricochet. He is a great, great in-ring performer. Um, Anthony Bowens did start getting the better of Ricochet towards the end. Fell out, he kind of jumped out of the ring, and you did see Daddy Ass coming around to try to I guess beat down on Ricochet or whatever the case was. The ref did stop him, and then from there, Ricochet again had some scissors hidden in the turnbuckle. Like every week, he's hiding the scissors, but that's his gimmick right now. He's definitely into that heel character, and he kind of stabs Bowen on the top of the head. Didn't see any bloodshed, but indicated he got stabbed. Hits him with the spirit gun, takes him out, wins the match. Ricochet starts laughing, even starts making fun of his scissor me daddy ass antics. And then Mark Briscoe comes out with a stretcher and starts beating up on Ricochet. Um, he actually lays Ricochet out on the stretcher and goes to do I guess a frog splash or the froggy bow, whatever they call it. And Ricochet rolls off. It was like, no, 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 you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. So in all, it was again just I guess building on Ricochet as a heel because that match again, Anthony Bowens versus Ricochet came out of nowhere. Unfortunately, Bowens took an L, but it is what it is. Just building up on Ricochet. Ricochet got to build that resume to get back in the title picture. So we'll see how it goes. Another segment: Jamie Hayter and Mercedes Moné were face to face. Excuse me, guys. Were face to face, and they were just going in at each other, talking shit. Jamie and Mercedes Moné were just pretty much talking shit to each other. Jamie Hayter got very emotional. She says she's pretty much saying that I got to make sure that I can still do this. After my injury, I want to make sure that I'm still relevant. I don't feel like I have it. Almost like a similar promo to what Hangman said. Um, but from there, Mercedes was like, "No, I'm the champion." And Jamie did say, she goes, "You're looking past me." She goes, "You're looking past me, and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into." And then Mercedes goes, "I'm not looking past you. I'm looking through you because I know that this is a win. Pretty much, I'm taking the W from you." So I've been saying it lately. She's gonna get beat down by Jamie Hayter. It could be, we haven't seen the Brick House in a long time. She did film a movie way back when. It's possible maybe the Brick House comes back and helps her with Jamie Hayter, and then again Mercedes goes on to wrestle Tony Storm. Not sure how it's gonna go, but I definitely see Jamie Hayter putting the hands on her and beating her down. Kissing her bicep, hitting her with the clothesline or the lariat. Definitely see that being a great match. Again, different styles between the two. Mercedes is more of a technical wrestler and high flyer for the most part, and Jamie Hayter is definitely a bruiser. So two good different perspectives there. Again, a great match for Double or Nothing. Can't wait to see it. Winner of them two goes against Tony Storm. Um, but again, they were throwing jabs at each other, and Jamie Hayter was like, "Hey, you look a little different this time around." And she goes, I know what it is. You're missing a championship. So kind of threw her in the face that she lost her New Japan championship. So now instead of being 4 belts Mercedes Moné, she's only 3 belts Mercedes Moné. I'm actually surprised they had her lose the title. I thought she was going to maybe, again, win the Women's World AEW World Championship and then drop maybe the TBS title and then start losing some titles there. So it's kind of crazy they made her lose one before she had the match with Toni Storm or with Jamie Hayter leading into the match with Toni Storm. But again, then after that, they start getting into it, start getting at each other, start fighting, start breaking down, and just all hell broke loose. Just people going into it. Double or Nothing is going to be a great pay-per-view, guys. I'm excited. Like, seriously, yes, there's going to be a lot of matches. Yes, they've announced a lot of matches, but I'd rather have one night of wrestling than having 2 nights of wrestling and some of the matches are mediocre, in my opinion. If you guys know what I mean, you guys know what I mean. Um, the main event there did show Julia Hart, which was nice to see. I haven't really seen her. She's not really being used a lot, but Julia Hart there versus Mina, which is the number 1 contender against Toni Storm for Double or Nothing. This match, to be honest with you, again, came out of nowhere, similar to Ricochet and Anthony Bowens. But they do have her there wrestling. I guess just to try to show her strong before the pay-per-view on Sunday. Luckily, nobody got hurt, but these 2 girls actually were doing a pretty good match. Got into it. Long story short, Mina did end up winning the match. Toni Storm again. Let me go back. Toni Storm again on commentary. She is hilarious. She's literally sitting there saying, "The only way you're going to get my thighs open is with a crowbar." Like, I'm telling you guys, the way she talks is hilarious. It is the funniest shit ever. But again, Mina takes the win there. Julia Hart gets pissed off, starts beating her down after the match. Toni Storm does get into it, tries to assist, starts beating up on Julia Hart, but then Sky Blue comes in. I guess they're teaming up again, which makes sense. That's where she left off beforehand. So she comes in, and then them 2 girls start going at it, and then takes out Sky Blue. Mina there, and then you got Toni Storm. They kind of get into it. Mina kind of takes her title and they start almost playing tug of war with the title. She does knock down Toni Storm. And outside the ring, she actually does the figure 4 leg lock on the post. So out of nowhere, Mina is turning heel, I guess. She was a baby face for the longest time, and I guess she's turning heel. It could have been just a decent match with both faces, but it is what it is. So she kind of hurt Toni Storm before the pay-per-view. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. Um, Again, just a lot of build up for the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. At the end of the day, though, you see the Young Bucks kind of talking shit to the camera. Oh yeah, Joe said he was gonna get us. Joe said he was gonna get us before the end of the night, and here we are with our luggage, and we're walking out the building. Just as he says that, you see Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs come around through the curtain and start beating him up with some kendo sticks, start beating him up with trash cans, and all hell breaks loose. You had Kenny Omega show up with a trash can. You had Shibata with a kendo stick. You had Willow Nightingale and Marina Shafir just going in at it. These guys were all over the damn place. They bring it back to the ring, start going at each other for a while. Team AEW starts looking like they're getting better of the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. And out of nowhere, Gabe Kidd comes from the audience again, hits Joe in the back of the head with the briefcase where the title is. We haven't seen it, so hopefully it's in the damn briefcase. So then right there, once that happened, they got the better of Team AEW. They end up putting 2 of the guys of AEW, Team AEW, on the tables, and from there, I guess one of the Young Bucks did an elbow drop, and the other one did I think like a splash, but they did take out Team AEW. They ended up looking strong. Gonna be a great build. They did announce that you're gonna have the Young Bucks, so that's 2, the Death Riders with Moxley, Yuta, and Claudio with Marina Shafir versus Team AEW. You got Kenny, you got Powerhouse, you got Joe, You got Swerve and Willow Nightingale. So the last week I was saying, like, who's gonna be the fifth person? Who's gonna be the fifth person? They put the girls in it. Man, I can't wait to see that. I know Willow's waiting to get her hands on Marina Shafir. And what a match to get your hands on her. You know what I mean? Like, these girls are gonna go in on each other. I cannot wait to see it, man. Like, Stadium Stampede is always a good match. I don't care what anybody says. When it started in Jacksonville, where I'm at now, it was an amazing match. Yes, it was during the pandemic era, and they just built off of that. And every Stadium Stampede I've seen, they've done some crazy off the wall stuff. What do you think is going to happen this time, guys? Um, can't wait to see Double or Nothing. It's going to be an awesome pay per view. It's going to be a long pay per view because there's a lot of matches, like I mentioned. Not sure if everybody's going to get their 20 minutes or so. Going to be a great card. Cannot wait to see. And then after that, all in, guys. Like, it's going to be insane. So you got Double or Nothing, crazy card, Stadium Stampede, 6 individuals in it, and they got the girls in it, Willow Nightingale and Marina Shafir. You know they're going to throw hands with some of the boys. Moxley is not scared to throw hands with the girls. So I'm not sure who's going to hit Shafir other than Willow, but I'm pretty sure it might be Joe. That's just my opinion. I see Joe hitting her with maybe the Muscle Buster, or maybe Marina Shafir goes to jump off the ropes and he kind of like dips off and lets her fall with the Joe spot. Just can't wait to see this match, guys. I am so excited for Double or Nothing. Hopefully you guys are too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. But again, AEW recap, building for Double or Nothing. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.